Hi, my name is Talia Nachumson, and today I'm going to talk to you about my presentation, Twitter to Learn. Middle and high school teachers report on their use of Twitter. Why Twitter? Well, I've noticed that teachers have been using social media, and Twitter in particular, to learn new things and incorporate different ideas into their classroom teaching. In particular, I also noticed they were learning a lot of newer technologies. I also did some research and found that a lot of teachers are reporting that professional development opportunities are not necessarily meeting their needs. And teachers have been using Twitter to support their professional learning kind of independently and on their own. And I wanted to know if this is true that teachers are using Twitter to learn. I wanted to know more about how they are using Twitter. So this topic is particularly important to me as a teacher. I started using Twitter and meeting other teachers on Twitter, and we would connect our classes to participate in mystery Skype calls where we would play 20 questions, guess yes or no, geographic questions to try to guess where the other students were located, and they would try to guess our location. I witnessed my students being more engaged and really excited to have these mystery Skype calls. And anecdotally, teachers even reported that their students in the next grades, after having these mystery Skype calls with me, their geography skills were improved. So I definitely thought that using Twitter as a means of outreach to other teachers could definitely be a way to get students motivated in class, but also to increase their learning and understanding. So I was curious, are other teachers out there having the same type of experience with their use of Twitter? And my initial research, I started off with elementary school teachers and what they were learning and how they were using Twitter, but now my research has expanded to include middle and high school teachers as well. And I wanted to find out, are they using Twitter similarly? My two research questions for this study are, how are middle and high school teachers using Twitter to support their professional learning? And what do middle and high school teachers report learning from their use of Twitter? Some of the background literature for my study included looking at professional development for teachers in general, and then also specifically. And I found that a lot of professional development literature tends to lump teachers into K-12 professional development, not breaking it down by elementary, middle, or high school. So for me, I thought it was really important that my research could actually break it down and actually see if there are any differences between the way elementary, middle, and high school teachers are using it, and if so, what might those differences be? In addition, the literature that I explored included adult learning theory, which states that teachers learn by both formal and informal means. With Twitter in particular, it tends to be more informal, as teachers are learning through Twitter chats or engaging through hashtags with different people. They may have developed their own personal learning network of teachers that meet regularly online. So Kennedy found that there's really no single theory to describe how they learn. So why is our professional development, why are usually those formal opportunities for professional development set up so that teachers are learning maybe in a one-size-fits-all space? It turns out that perhaps teachers maybe are looking for some changes in professional development, and what can these new technologies do to support this learning or knowledge building that they're trying to do on their own. The methodology for my study included a survey that was distributed via Twitter, included both quantitative and qualitative questions. There were 41 survey participants, and those were teachers in grades 6 through 12. I analyzed the data using crosstabs and chi-square and using both Qualtrics and SPSS to do data analysis. So some of the findings that resulted from this study showed that middle and high school teachers were using Twitter as a resource for ideas for classroom strategies. They were also using it as a tool to reflect on teaching practices. These are similar findings to the similar study that I did with elementary school teachers, very similar in how they were using Twitter. I also found that 70% of middle and high school teachers were using Twitter to support them with integrating technology into their curriculum. And approximately half of those middle and high school teachers reported using Twitter as a tool to help them create authentic learning activities for their students. In addition, 71% of middle and high school teachers reported that there were changes in their classroom teaching. And some of the significant correlations showed that teachers were designing student-centered instruction, they were engaging students in critical thinking tasks, they were incorporating technology into their curricula, and they were also motivated to teach their lessons. This table shows the frequency of middle and high school teachers' Twitter use. And as you can see here, almost half of the teachers reported asking for suggestions for classroom strategies just about every day. In addition, there were about 39% who used it every day to reflect on their own teaching practices, and an additional almost a third of teachers said that they engaged with others who challenged their thinking. So many different ways that teachers were reported using Twitter. This table illustrates how Twitter has helped middle and high school teachers in their teaching practice. And as you can see, we've got almost half of the teachers saying that it's helped them quite a bit with creating authentic learning opportunities. Another high percentage is also getting motivated to teach their lessons and incorporate technology into curricular objectives, as well as engage students in critical thinking tasks. This table illustrates there are significant correlations with participating in moderated Twitter chats. So there were significant correlations between asking for suggestions for classroom strategies, and there was also a significant correlation with connecting with experts in the field of education. So what are some of the implications now that we know that teachers are using Twitter as a source of professional learning? Um, we know that they're getting ideas from Twitter and bringing it into their classroom. We know that they seem to be indicating that they're looking for alternatives to traditional professional development opportunities. They can individualize what they want to learn when they want to learn with Twitter. They're also learning some technology integration techniques, especially in this day and age. How many teachers are now turning to Twitter to learn how to teach their classes online or use remote learning? What types of things are they learning from Twitter? Teachers also will probably need some guidance in how to use Twitter. Do we know if they're assessing the quality of information? Are they getting any support from their schools to bring these new ideas into the classrooms? Are the new ideas that they're getting, are they linked to research into how students learn? And who's influencing them? You know, some Twitter users say that they listen to people that are highly reputable, that have thousands of followers, yet, you know, where are they getting their information from? What are their qualifications? And are the teachers critically assessing the information before they're adopting any of these practices? Thinking about future research in this topic. So this particular study, limitation-wise, the sample size was small, so future studies definitely should include larger samples of middle, high school teachers, and also repeating, you know, elementary school teachers and asking them these same questions. Is this type of study applicable, you know, 5 years from now? How will teachers be using Twitter? We also need to find out, what is the quality of information that teachers are adopting from Twitter? How are Twitter participants interacting with each other? Are they mostly positive, negative? Are they supportive of each other? And lastly, what are some of the characteristics of teachers and administrators that are influencing the use of Twitter? Are the administrators supportive? Are school districts open to having their teachers use Twitter? Are teachers getting support from administrators at school? Are teachers shy about using Twitter if they know that their administrators are on it? So there's a lot of outlets for future research. Thank you for taking the time to view my presentation. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at my Gmail account, or you can find me on Twitter. Thanks so much. Have a great day.